Nkume mbebi gebi we kamzoro nimegi Nkume mbebi gebi we kamzoro nimegi kamiri Para Kesina Kukui Uta Boroi Isa Chanjong Zabuta Nikekeya Abugi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Big Stone Television. Today is April 30th, 2023. Today marks the 18th year since beautiful little Shanika Anderson was lured from the Coronation Market along with an 11-year-old on the premise of a party in bad juice. And guess what? Her lifeless body was found on the 1st of May, murdered. She was strangled, she was sexually assaulted vaginally and anally, and a used condom was found near her body. 18 years have gone, and the killer or killers of little Shanika Anderson is out here somewhere, because we have not found those killer or killers as yet. And then we can touch on 2008, and I want to talk about this because we have the Ananda alert, and we're going to talk about the case of little Ananda Dean. Let's go to the Observer newspaper for this one. Screams of anguish bellowed throughout the community of Belvedere and Red Hills, St. Andrew, as firefighters remove a heavily decomposed body believed to be that of 11-year-old Ananda Dean from a steep precipice along Cypress Drive, miles away from where she was last seen after she went missing almost 2 weeks ago. Because of the advanced stage of decomposition, no one was able to positively identify the body as that of Ananda. However, some family members, including Campbell, are convinced that it is in fact a little girl, mainly because of black size 2 school shoes and a navy blue uniform similar to one owned by the 7th grade student of Swallowfield All-Age School were found at the scene. After that, they started a big alert system, and they named it after Ananda Dean. Let's go back now to 2009. I know of this case personally because I went to the spot where little Courtney Walker, yes, Courtney Alexander Walker. I went to the spot where it was party today. Courtney Walker was a 9-year-old little boy from the Bamba River area of St. Thomas. It's an impoverished community in Marin Bay, St. Thomas, where 9-year-old Courtney Walker was last seen last week before he was sexually assaulted and brutally murdered. Scores of residents told the Sunday Observer that the man suspected of sexually assaulting and murdering the boy has shown signs of sexual deviance, but they never reported any of the alleged incident to the police. They alleged that the man had attempted to abduct more than one child from the community in the past. It's just last week he tried to lead a girl in the bush, but some little boy saw what was going on and stoned him. His dad saved the little girl, one resident alleged. One time he tried to lead 2 girls in the bush and the same thing happened. It's from them time they should have dead, the resident added. The resident also say they suspect the man as being responsible for several acts of bestiality. We feel he's behind several attacks on animals. We have seen animals stabbed up and their throats slashed in the bushes. We strongly believe that those animals were molested. From time to time, we have also found several bloody shirts in the bush, one woman said. Courtney was found suffering from multiple stab wounds to the tune of 57, and his throat was slashed. When I remember those brutal murders, ladies and gentlemen, and to see that we are still experiencing brutal murders, it makes my heart hurt. Let's go now to Yetania Francis. Now, why this case is so powerful, ladies and gentlemen, a 14-year-old little girl known as Yetania Francis was raped, stabbed, and burned while innocently venturing out to buy a meal from a community shop in Olive Gardens. But for a mother, 38-year-old Latoya Riley, it has been an eternity haunted by one question: who would want to kill her firstborn? Yetania, then a student of Kingston Technical High School, was killed by a stab wound to the chest after she went missing on the night of August 23, 2018. Her shard remains was found the following day during a search. Since then, no one has been charged in connection with her killing. The list goes on and on, ladies and gentlemen. We have lost a lot of other children since then. Why I named those 4 children, ladies and gentlemen, is because they made the headline in the news. People know of these cases because they're etched permanently in the mind of these people and the communities at large. I know they're etched in my mind personally. It was only last year that Gwendolyn McKnight again saw her daughter Kimberly Wright brutally murdered and 4 of her grandchildren killed, one as young as 26 months old. Ladies and gentlemen, these killings, these murders are ripping across this island at an alarming rate. In 2008, they built a monument downtown Kingston. The Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation built a monument downtown Kingston. And they named this monument the Silent Garden. I wonder why. Why would you want to name a monument the Silent Garden when our children, even in death, is screaming at us for justice? That monument should have been named the Monument of Disgrace, because we failed to protect and honor our children. I want you to go to today's Sunday Observer by an article by the editor-at-large, Mr. H.G. Elps. I want to thank him very much for doing a powerful job in remembering Shanika Anderson and all the children that has been murdered so long ago. But I beg to ask the question, what are we doing now? The time, the day, the age is 2023. What are we doing to protect our children? The Silent Garden in 2017 was filled to capacity, over 2,000 children. Names have been added. And in 2019 there are plans to extend the Silent Garden, or I should say the Disgrace Garden, to add more children. Where are the plans? Where are the plans to put preventive measures into place, to educate our children, to educate the parents, to teach our children about good touch and bad touch? Where are the plans to protect our youngsters when they traverse to and fro from school? Where are our plans to put more funding into the Ananda Dean alert so that we can find our children immediately when they go missing? I beg to ask the question. I beg to ask the questions of those powers that be. Read today's article and you see how editor-at-large H.G. Elps articulates so well what the mother Ruth Green feels and is still feeling 18 years later. It is a disgrace. I'm outright angry. So tomorrow, as we celebrate Child's Month, which begins the 1st of May, it's not celebration for me, I can tell you that. It is more anger for me. But I'm inviting each and every one of you of this Candlelight Vigil. It starts at about 6 o'clock on Jakes Road, right at the Amy Jakes Garvey Community Center, named after the wife of Marcus Messiah Garvey. We choose that community center. We could have done it anywhere. But Amy Jakes Garvey was the mother of 2 brilliant children. She made sure when the Honorable Marcus Garvey was all over the world doing the business of black people, she educated her children. Marcus Garvey Jr., who's a fine first-class engineer, who's now deceased. And of course his little brother, Dr. Julius Garvey, a cardiovascular surgeon, a teacher. Jamaica, we need to get involved. We need to start paying more attention to our picnic then. Our children mean a whole lot to us. I was once a child, so were you once a child. So let's wake up. Come out in your hundreds tomorrow, the 1st of May, that hundreds, thousands of our children were murdered, killed, dumped, burned. The mother of Tanya Francis says when she smelled something like a dog burning, she thought it was a dog. But she didn't realize that it was her own daughter, her own firstborn, Tanya Francis burning. My condolences goes out to all the parents that have lost young ones. Ruth Green, you know how I feel about you. I love you. Gwendolyn McKnight, Latoya, all the parents, Ananda Dean's family, Shante Skaya's family. And I must say, Miguel. Remember, Miguel was brutally mobbed, burnt. They put a tire around it. I spoke to the mother of Miguel. It was because the community got fed up, because nothing was being done. But guess what? Jungle justice I don't condone, because it was later found out that Miguel had nothing at all to do with the murder of Shante Skies. So let's be careful before we hurt someone. We're sure that we have the right person in our custody. My heart bleeds. I love you, Shanika, even though I've never met you. You would have been 24 years old come June 8th. I love you. I love you, Shante Skayas. I love you, Ananda Dean. I love you, Yatanya Francis. I love you, Courtney Walker. I love each and every one of our children that was brutally murdered. We beg to ask the question, as my friend Everton Douglas says. Big Stone, let me ask a question. Is it the fact that a little Shanika Anderson probably come from the impoverished community of Lower Maxwell Avenue? Why her case wasn't dealt with appropriately? Why, when Ruth Green went to the Darlington Street police station and she told the police officer that my daughter, 6-year-old Shanika Anderson, is missing, they didn't jump to it. They told her that it takes 24 hours to report anyone missing. 2 years later, they came up with the Ananda Dean. But I personally have voted that Shanika Anderson should be the poster child because she died on the 1st of May. I'm sorry for everyone's loss. I feel all of your pain. And I will work continuously until the last breath leaves my body to see that justice is done for our children, our picnic then, to see that we do the right thing as a country. Is there something going on like human trafficking? Yes. Is there something going on like organ harvesting? Yes. We need to be more vigilant come this 1st of May onwards. Be the eyes and ears of our children. Learn to protect them. Because remember, I feel it. Pick me down. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure you turn up tomorrow, the 1st of May, on Jacques Road, 15B Jacques Road, off Mountain View Avenue, at the Amy Jacques Garvey Community Center. We have candles for everyone. Please, we need your presence. Deacon Espute will be there to officiate. Reverend Bertram Gale will be there. Reverend Beeston will be there. Reverend Althea will be there. We have performances later on by Abijah, Carbon, Nature Ellis, the brother of Shanika Anderson, Renegade, and of course the bad violinist. So on behalf of the staff of the Amy Jacques Garvey Coalition, Mochiba, Janelle Owens, Rika G, Shivanis, Stephanie McIntosh, Everton Douglas, and of course Frank Snatcher, who bid you love. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video and please subscribe to my channel. I thank you.
Because I put time Mayana Gaya, Mayedos, Yanagade, Bayanana, Mkume Moshi, Mkume baby.